All right, Uranus in retrograde. I don't want to go on too far, but Uranus is a tricky little planet. I remember when I first started this channel, I used to talk about Uranus in retrograde and saying, oh, it's not that much because it's not a big deal because Uranus is always tricky, even when it's not in retrograde. And lo and behold, there is a significant difference. I felt it because Uranus is in Taurus, opposing my natal Uranus, which is in Scorpio. Uranus is a surprising kind of energy, instant change, intense change, rebellious, and Taurus does not like change. Even though Uranus is ruling of Aquarius and they're both fixed signs, Taurus likes stability. That's why it's in its detriment when it's in Taurus, when it's in Uranus, and it's been in Uranus almost 5 years now. So, or will have been by the time it moves into Gemini, which I believe is 2024. But Uranus in retrograde is just learning or expecting the unexpected, and it really happening, and but it catapults you into change, and it breaks through something, especially with Taurus being the stable sign of the fixed signs. There's something groundbreaking coming from that earth energy that is going to catapult us into transformation, which is the opposing sign of Taurus, Scorpio. So while Scorpio's a fixed sign too, Scorpio likes transformation. It really it likes change. We like change when we see there's a big result that's going to come out of it, a positive result. Uranus and Taurus being in retrograde since August 24th, and then it's August the 28th. Shout out to all my Virgos. Of course, Skinny Pimple's birthday was on August 25th. Rest in peace. This would have been her last year in her 30th decade. She'd have been 39, but she passed in 2015, a week before she turned 33. Tomorrow is my friend Tool's birthday. Shout out to you, Rollo. We call him several names, fool ass, all that. And then it's Michael Jackson's birthday. Rest in peace to him. So I threw one celebrity in there and gave you my real ninjas, my real Virgos. But just stepping into this Virgo energy with the new moon in Virgo and this earth energy with Uranus and Taurus going in retrograde. So getting back to that, it's retrograde season. Pluto's been in retrograde. Saturn has been in retrograde. Jupiter's just entered retrograde like 3 weeks ago now, maybe a month. Mercury's in the shadow of retrograde. Mars is going to go retrograde at the end of October. We're at the end of August, so we're getting ready to enter the shadow period of Mars, which is longer. It's a long time. Mars and Gemini is another episode. It's retrograde season, y'all. So, and Chiron is in retrograde, even though it's not a planet. It's how we heal. So we're learning new ways of how to heal. And all this is tying into it being retrograde season and it's being a time to slow down. Retrograde means slow down, recheck everything, all the rewords, the prefix, reevaluate, redo, relearn, anything you can think of, reevaluate, mainly because you don't do contracts on this, and even though significant changes happen, I'm assuming Uranus had its own shadow that I wasn't paying attention to, and all of a sudden, again, my housing is non-existent. I'm going into almost a year of being just out here, y'all. Not necessarily on the streets, but not in my own permanent place. And was staying with family, and that suddenly changed. Was staying with someone who I considered more than a friend, and suddenly we're re-evaluating the relationship, turning into a connection by connecting as friends first and then getting the benefits later, which was detrimental to me as a Scorpio because I'm significantly into having relations. But to my surprise, I need to buckle things down with the Virgo energy. I need to get stable even in an unstable situation, which is the Uranus and retrograde energy. Gotta use my own example so that it can be real to you. You can think of your own and maybe drop them in the comments. Let's just take time to like, comment, subscribe, share, and view this all the way through, which is why I keep it short. But short now. I used to be long-winded. Still am a little bit. Let me keep it moving. So, just change in everything. Change in families coming with the. I'm a grandmother, and I'm about to be a grandmother, and I just found out that it's a boy. The change in our patterns. We had fixed energy in my grandmother, my daughter's great grandmother, who passed when I was 18. My mother, so my grandmother is a Scorpio. My mother is a Taurus. My daughter, I'm a Scorpio, and my daughter's a Taurus. So we had the first daughter born, and I broke the pattern of being the only child. I mean, having an only child, because I was the only child, my mother's the only child, my grandma was the only child. But I had 3 kids, so I broke that pattern, and my daughter just broke the pattern of having a Scorpio, unless she gives birth early, who knows. But she broke the pattern of the girl being the only child, and now we have a boy on the way. So these are just examples of unexpected breakthroughs that the year 2022 has been given, especially with the planet Uranus, especially with Pluto. Those two are outer planets which have to deal with the whole collective. So literally the earth signs have been groundbreaking and earthquaking and all kinds of just earth shattering energy since 2020. At the end of 2020, when Pluto and Jupiter went into Capricorn and Saturn. Yep. And now Jupiter moves faster. That was the Great Conjunction, if y'all remember, just taking it back a little bit. Long story short, there's going to mainly be financial changes, especially in the collective. Again, Uranus is a collective planet. It has to deal with all of us going through changes, especially fixed signs Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Just left Leo season. I know Leos that did not celebrate like they normally do this past Leo season because life is changing. And earth signs are having breakthrough. I know that it also depends on where your house is that you have Virgo in. Mine is in the 11th house. So it's me changing, for example, my groups, my circles, my social groups. Me as an individual is changing to be amongst those kind of groups, even though I'm not really a group person anymore. I used to be. It's changing, so who knows? Give me a second. Okay, this lady was talking on her phone about somebody taking out a Facebook post, and that was traumatic. So changes everywhere. People are communicating differently even. That's the air energy I was talking about in the other episode. Alright, wrap this up. I was saying that it's going to be a difference with our finances, especially because Uranus being in Taurus. It's going to be, big changes with that. We've already seen a lot of that. This could be promotions. This could be the dollar amount. This could be the cryptocurrency fall. This could be the stock fall. This could be corporations falling. We've been going through that energy with the other earth sign, Pluto, being in Capricorn, which is what I was saying. The other thing that Uranus in retrograde could suddenly change is what we value. Taurus, again, represents our 5 senses. What do you value that you see, hear, taste, touch, and feel every day? I value the people that I support. That's my Libra rising, wanting to be a people person. I value myself, of course, and the finances that I bring in so that I can take care of myself and not have worries about taking care of myself or the dependence I have. I'm definitely valuing the food that I eat more, so that's taste. Being that it's summertime, I like to eat raw foods more because it's so hot. But sometimes I'll throw in too much sugar here and there or want to have a drink because it's hot. So I'm valuing the things I put in my body more. That's Virgo energy as well. Your health. I'm valuing the thoughts that I have, the sound waves that I hear. Not really into go-go hip-hop or rap anymore. Some of the sound waves are not good for our ears, our mindsets. So just changing the value in everything suddenly. Suddenly I turned off, this literally happened just yesterday, I turned off one of my favorite Snoop songs. Can't even remember which one it was because I put it out of my mind. Like yesterday I was like, you know what, this doesn't make me feel good anymore. It's not cool to sing about bitches and hoes anymore. This is not, could be the age or it could be the change. And that's about it. Thank you for coming to see Get a Life Astrology, you know, and changing with Z. I'm TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly empowerment. He's Zakia, enlightening every day. And this is Get a Life Astrology, which is growing into divine adults and loving yourself forever. I think I'm going to switch position and get in a little bit of sunlight for my last episode. So y'all.